Next is our 7.8. We have consideration of change order number 1 to the construction contract with Weeks Drilling and Pump Company for the Spring Valley Test wells in the amount of $133,400 for a total contract amount of $280,400, and authorize the administrator to sign the contracts. Robin Foray, the Special District's Administrator.
Good afternoon, Board. I'm Robin Boray, your Special District Administrator. This item before you was continued from last week, and thank you to the Clerk's Office for adding some additional information to the report. The original contract was to drill down to 300 feet for a total of $147,000. Due to what the engineers and the well drillers discovered when they were drilling, we pushed forward and drilled down to about 560 feet. And that is, hence the change order amount is for the additional drilling, the additional reaming, the lining of the well, the screening, all of that additional footage. During the drilling, they first hit a smaller aquifer towards the top within the 300 feet. And then they drilled through some rock that continued to produce more water. And then they hit at like 560 feet, they stopped because they hit yet another aquifer. And so they've been working on it, putting the casing in, the screening, pumping some of the, when they had to dig it with some mud and stuff. So they've been pumping that out. Originally, they thought it was going to be about 200 gallons per minute, and they are now estimating it to be closer to 300 gallons per minute, which is extremely exceptional for this area. And the current water plant is produces about 190 gallons a minute. So this is significantly increasing the water sources in Spring Valley. And we have a grant for this project that's fully funded. In addition, it's also a state mandate that we have a secondary water source for Spring Valley. So this is a huge win for Spring Valley, and we are very excited about being able to get a well that will produce more than the water plant and a secondary water source. And so we are asking for approval of the change order. In addition, we will be going out to bid to retrofit the well, which, put the pump in and all of that stuff. They're pumping the rest of the mud and stuff out of the well right now, and then we'll calculate what the actual gallons per minute they expect to be, so that then they can retrofit it correctly, and they'll be testing the water. Currently, they expect by the sight, smell, color of the water for it to be a high quality water, and so that's the item before you, is to approve the change order, and then the retrofit will come back after we solicit bids for that.
All right, thank you. Any comments on this?
No, I just want to say awesome.
Thank you. We're so excited about this.
Yes. Supervisor Sabatier?
Just a brief question. This was only the testing to drill and create it, but the use of it, will there be some sort of environmental review on the impact of the draw to surrounding areas if there's other wells? Just
due to the nature of what it is, it's an exempt from any CEQA, and it's on our existing property. And the test well, everybody calls it a test well, but everybody hopes it's a production well, because you don't know what you're going to get when you drill a test well. So it will be they're going to use the exact same hole and the same lining and everything that they're putting in now.
All right, I'm going to open it up to the public for anyone that would like to speak on this item. Is there anyone on Zoom? All right, I'll bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, I'll move to award change order number 1 to the construction contract with Weeks Drilling and Pump Company for the Spring Valley test wells in the amount of $133,400, and authorize the administrator of special districts to sign the contract.
I'll second that.
Lloyd?
Mr. Chair, just for added clarification, it would also that would also include the approval of said change order, not just the award.
So moved as modified.
And still second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much for that,
Thanks,
Robin.
Robin.